Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton, and here is the news for April 29th, 2021. After news that the Biden administration would soon be relaxing outdoor mask requirements, Orange County, Florida Mayor Jerry Demings announced plans to change the county's COVID-19 executive order. The changes come in 3 phases based on vaccination levels. In phase 1, effective immediately, the physical distancing requirement is being reduced from 6 feet to 3 feet. The CDC has also been considering reducing their physical distancing recommendation, and recent studies have found that 3-foot distance is safe when wearing a face mask. Phase 2 begins when 50% of the population over the age of 16 has received their first dose of the vaccine. This time, the face covering mandate will then be lifted for outdoor settings. Currently, 35.7% of the eligible population in Orange County are vaccinated. Phase 3 begins when 70% of the population over the age of 16 has received their first dose of the vaccine, and Orange County's 14-day rolling positivity rate is 5% or less. At this time, all mandates will be lifted, meaning no masks will be required indoors. Walt Disney World and Universal Orlando Resort have not yet made announcements regarding changes to their physical distancing and mask requirements beyond Walt Disney World's recent change allowing maskless photos outdoors. Bruce the Shark has made his long-awaited return to Universal Studios Florida. After vanishing in January, San Francisco's favorite photo op shark from Jaws is hanging back up in his rightful place. Bruce used to be a staple of Amity Island until it was demolished in 2012 to make way for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley. He's back and looking better than ever now. While the Jaws Mold-A-Rama helped ease the pain of his absence, nothing can replace the real thing. We're glad to see Bruce the Shark return to Universal Studios Florida. The rope that usually suspends Bruce by looping through his mouth is currently missing. A temporary barricade is up around Bruce right now, so you'll have to wait to stick your head in his mouth for those photos. While Jurassic World VelociCoaster doesn't officially open until June 10th, pass holder previews start this weekend, and team member previews are already underway. Thanks to some team members, we now have an inside look at the coaster's immersive queue. We could hear and see team members enjoying themselves. According to the sign outside the coaster, not every element of the ride may be operating during this technical rehearsal. Inside the queue, strips of light alternate colors. Here, the first room is lit up orange, then blinked to blue. A statue of Velociraptor sits beneath a honeycomb ceiling in one of the queue's main rooms. The ceiling lights also change colors, illuminating the raptor statue itself. In the photo above, you can see how the light strips will not always light up all at once, making the transition between colors smooth. The walls are decorated with things such as medical checklists for the raptors. There's a test seat outside the VelociCoaster and near the lockers, which are inside the queue. There's also a place to check the size of your bag. Each locker bank is themed after a different dinosaur to help guests remember where they put their stuff. The most exciting part, they are two-sided, meaning you retrieve your items from the other side when you exit. The gift shop is also open to those who preview the roller coaster, and we had a sneak peek of what you have to look forward to. A new raptor greets you in the shop atrium. The lovable raptors, Blue, Delta, Charlie, and Echo from Jurassic World, make appearances in Jurassic World VelociCoaster. This area was once a playground and sensory exhibit area filled with dinosaur artifacts and interactive zones. Jurassic World merchandise is displayed all around the atrium. New VelociCoaster merchandise is available for purchase as well, of course. Refillable VelociCoaster souvenir tumblers are available. They are $25.99 plus tax, and they allow you to fill your drink all day, of course. While we are not entirely sure how guest flow will be when VelociCoaster opens, we do know this will be your place to get attraction merchandise. Well, the If I Ran the Zoo play area reopened this week. The flag that previously read "If I Ran the Zoo" is still blank, and possibly related to the removal of the book from publication, but also possibly just due to refurbishment. Quote from the book is still on the pedestal. There's hand sanitizer available when entering and exiting. There are physical distancing reminders on the ground throughout the play area. This play area is filled with small archways and hidey holes for kids. Unfortunately, slides are not available right now. Black tarp covers both entrances and exits of the slides. These frames let kids picture themselves in a Dr. Seuss scene. We looked through and became a yellow creature sitting atop a crate. You can use one of these machines to spray water at a bathtub for a surprise. There's no water in the faux moat right now, though. team members were roaming the area to constantly sanitize and wipe down high touch points. This fire hydrant was the only interactive element that wasn't working. Playing with different items will reveal different zoo animals. Check it out. It's pretty fun. Toothsome Chocolate Emporium's walk-up sweet shop in City Walk has 3 new s'mores available to satisfy your sweet tooth. The flavors are salted caramel, cookies and cream, and ganache. Each s'more is $4.50, or guests can buy 4 of them for $17. After some deliberation, we decided to get one of the unique ganache s'mores, which are topped with Teddy Grahams. We weren't prepared for how good this s'more is. It was an amazing treat. The s'more has a graham cracker cookie cup bottom filled with 65% dark chocolate ganache in the center. It's topped with smooth, creamy marshmallow fluff. The chocolate was very rich. The cookie bottom was incredible. We love the cute little marshmallows and Teddy Grahams on top as well. We would definitely get 4 of these next time at the discount. About a week ago, California officials announced that theme parks could allow out-of-state visitors provided they are fully vaccinated. Though Disneyland has not yet changed their policy, stating only California residents may visit, Universal Studios Hollywood has now updated theirs. New government guidelines now allow us to invite out-of-state visitors who are fully vaccinated for COVID-19. Proof of COVID-19 vaccination and a photo ID must be presented at our front gate tickets booth prior to purchase. Acceptable forms of proof of vaccination are a vaccination card or photo/digital photo of vaccination card, including the name of the person vaccinated, type of vaccine provided, and date of last dose administered. Also accepted, documentation of vaccination from a healthcare provider, in each case showing that at least 2 weeks have passed since receipt of the second dose in a 2-dose series like Pfizer or Moderna, or since receipt of a single-dose vaccination like the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Fully vaccinated out-of-state visitors who purchased a ticket prior or during the park's closure may also visit with proof of COVID-19 vaccination. Unfortunately, children under the age of 16 from out of state will not be able to visit Universal Studios Hollywood at this time. The government guidelines require out-of-state visitors to be fully vaccinated, and there is no exception for those under 16 who are not yet eligible for the vaccine. Universal Studios Hollywood has yet to confirm the return of their hit event Halloween Horror Nights, but rumors indicate its return this fall. Universal Studios Florida, Hollywood's sister park, has confirmed the return of their event and even announced haunted houses. At HH Nightmares, an Orlando-based Halloween Horror Nights fan account, posted the 2021 version of their annual speculation map on Twitter. The speculation map places the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the Sprung tent beside Revenge of the Mummy, the ride, where construction has already begun. The popular slasher franchise has been featured in mazes at Hollywood's Halloween Horror Nights for 4 times now, as recently as 2016. Halloween 3 is predicted to be located in the Waterworld queue, another location where construction is underway. The Halloween movies have been featured before, including Halloween 1, 2, and 4. They've gone a little out of order, may jump back to Halloween 3 for this year's event. The Ghost with the Most is coming to Hollywood Studios Hollywood. The Beetlejuice house seems very likely, as it was already confirmed for Orlando's event this year, and even opened for a 3-day period last fall. The map predicts we will see Beetlejuice in Curious George Tent 1. The Curse of Pandora's Box was a house at the event in 2019, and if rumors are true, we will see a sequel this year in Curious George Tent 2. Universal counts the Walking Dead attraction as a maze during Halloween Horror Nights. Since it closed to daytime guests permanently in 2020, it can be considered the 10th house. Rumors of a maze based on the hit Netflix show The Haunting of Hill House have been brewing since the show's release in 2018. After the success of Stranger Things houses, fans have predicted that Netflix would be eager to work with Universal again. If true, we may see this house come to Soundstage 29. Last, but certainly not least, looks like we may see a version of The Bride of Frankenstein Lives come to the West Coast. As one of 2 houses that operated daily at Universal Orlando Resort last year, it is a likely bet for both coasts this year. The speculation map lists only 4 attractions operating during Halloween Horror Nights this year: The Simpsons Ride, Jurassic World, the ride, Transformers 3D, and Revenge of the Mummy, the ride. In stark contrast to the speculation for Orlando's event, Universal Studios Hollywood is not expected to have any live shows or scare zones this year. California's COVID-19 policies have been much stricter than Florida's, as we know, so it's really no surprise the 2 events may differ a little bit this year. Comcast has reported its first quarter 2021 results. The company's overall revenue was up 2.2% from Q1 of 2020. NBC Universal theme parks reached break-even for the second consecutive quarter, including pre-opening costs of Universal's Beijing resort. Theme park revenue decreased 33.1% to $619 million in Q1 of 2021, compared to $925 million in Q1 of 2020. It's mainly due to limited capacity at Universal Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Japan, as well as, of course, Universal Studios Hollywood remaining closed until April 16th. The adjusted EBITDA loss for theme parks was $61 million, which includes the pre-opening costs for Universal Beijing Resort. Universal Beijing Resort is opening later this year with Universal Studios Beijing and Universal CityWalk Beijing. Universal has now announced the full list of food and beverage and retail locations that will be available. Plus, they released new images for CityWalk. Check out the full list on universalparksnewstoday.com. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video. Please subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for, of course, more great content. Click the bell for notifications. Make sure to hit select all notifications so that you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying, the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.